as Arsenal are still jubilating on the win they got against what was the name of the team? Orlando City in America yesterday, where Zinchenko was really unveiled as an Arsenal player, not physically holding that Arsenal shirt, but it was seated into the diplomatic stands or seats with Edu, the technical director of Arsenal in there for you. And Mikel Arteta went ahead into the press conference after the game and thrown loads of hails to Zinchenko in there for you. So in this episode, we are talking Tielemans. Once again, an update from Jacob's Ben. Always, he's the man that really comes out and really lets us know about this deal of Tielemans to Arsenal. He's so close to this deal and he knows what is happening on this deal. Then we have another person, another player to talk about, Torreira. The update of him leaving Arsenal. Nicolas Pepe, finally, there is a new suitor in the Premier League who wants Nicolas Pepe. He has the money, and I really believe that the Arsenal can really get a half the amount of money they bought him from a side which goes by the names of Lille. That is 73 million pounds, meaning they can get at least like 36 million pounds from this suitor, because he really looks like he needs to spend after missing out on players like Moussa Dembele and Lucas Paqueta in there for you. Then we are talking William Saliba. Did you know that he was part of the shortlist of defenders that Xavi at Barcelona was looking at? So all that into these stories in there for you onto the Rokani Media Football. Welcome to this channel. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do uploading on a daily. So today, Sadio Mane has been voted and crowned as the African Footballer of the Year, beating Mohamed Salah and Eduardo Mendy in there for you. And he really deserves it, according to me. Reason being, he won the African Cup of Nations. He led his team to the World Cup of 2022 that's going to be in Qatar. He won trophies with Liverpool, and I think he beat Salah. Everywhere he found him, he beat him. In the Champions League, in the African Cup of Nations finale, he beat him hands down. In the match, the two-tie decider of who is going to the World Cup, Sadio Mane eliminated Salah, so no one could match him, and to me, I'm happy for him. So congratulations, congratulations, Sadio Mane, for your achievement of being the latest African Footballer of the Year. Thank you, and you really deserve it, because hard work pains but pays. You've put up the hard work. You've won the first African Cup of Nations for Senegal in the African Cup of Nations. In Cameroon, you beat Egypt, and you are now through to the levels we expect you to be. So thank you. He's now playing for Bayern Munich, formerly of Liverpool, but now finally at Bayern Munich in that for you. So smash the like button, comment and share. I go by the names of Rokani David, and let's get into the stories that you guys are really waiting for in here onto this channel. In there to go. Let's go. Jacob's Ben, you know him. He's a sports presenter or a journalist at CBBS Sport Gonzalo in there for you. He has come out and told us that Tielemans is keen on joining Arsenal in the summer. Already agreed personal terms, but the club decided to focus on more complicated deals first. He remains a likely target for them, and the deal is not dead. Tielemans to Arsenal is not dead, confirmed to us by Ben Jacobs. Obviously, he has given us a very genuine reason that they look at the deal of Tielemans as a very simple deal for them to go ahead and execute, especially because they have already agreed personal terms with the player. And the only issue, all hinge into this deal, is the club, Leicester City. The amount of money they want. Arsenal believe that £25 million are really so much fitting the deal, but Leicester is calling for 30 plus some add-ons in there for you. So Arsenal are really so much in the market. Recently, they've just done a deal of Zinchenko after Marquinhos, Matana, Gabriel Jesus, and Fabio Vieira. And they're looking so much for many other players in there for you, like a left-footed central defender. Mikel Arteta has come out and confirmed that they need one. A central midfielder, you get, to deputize Thomas Partey, and a left-footed winger who plays on the right wing is needed. So 3 more signings to go, and I know in the names of the central midfielder, Tielemans is already available because he can play as a CDM, as a central defensive midfielder. He can play as an attacking midfielder in there for you, for a side which goes by the names of Arsenal. So Arsenal needs him a lot. And I know this deal is going to happen because it's not complicated, but they're trying to sort out the complicated deals because they know that when they really raise up and say, we want a player in the names of Tielemans, obviously they'll go in and get this deal done and dusted. They know that Tielemans is theirs. He has been convinced by Mikel Arteta. to come at Arsenal, and he has talked about he has told him a lot about the project happening at Arsenal, and Tielemans is so much positive about the project. So that's something concerning Yuri Tielemans is that for you, but rumor has it that even United is so much interested because Jacobs Ben, who is so much close to this deal of Yuri Tielemans, came out and told us that Manchester United is 100% interested in this deal of Tielemans, and they are really planning to really hijack this deal, provided Frankie de Jong doesn't come to Manchester United. You get? So you now know what's taking place in between United and Arsenal as far as Yuri Tielemans is concerned, but Arsenal is really at the forefront. They're having the deal in their hands, so it's up to them to say, we no longer want the player, then Tielemans and his agent will look for a team elsewhere. But let's wait and see whether this deal is coming to maturity or is the next deal to be done by Arsenal, because the deal is not dead, as confirmed to us by Ben Jacobs of CBBS Sport in the for you, a man that is so much good and has been so much good in this transfer window, and he really reports lots of things about it. If you really want to get to know more stories about him and what he's all about, especially the transfers, you can follow him on Twitter at JacobsBen. He's really there and doing the needful in the for you. Now, yesterday Zinchenko was seen on the pitch, at the seats, when Arsenal was beating Orlando City by 3-1 in the for you. It was Gabriel Martinelli in the 50th minute, then Edin Ketia, 66th minute, he gave Arsenal the lead, and Reece Nelson in the dying minutes made it 3 for Arsenal in the for you. So he was watching that game seated with Edu, the technical director of Arsenal, after completing his move from Man City to a side which goes by the names of Arsenal. Now, after the game, managers always hold what we call a post-match press conference. And now, this is what Mikel Arteta said about Zinchenko. He said, I know the player really well. He's an exceptional footballer. He is someone that is going to bring as well another competitive edge to the dressing room. Obviously, when Mikel Arteta says that he knows Zinchenko, you can't be someone who stands in his one and say, oh, Arteta, you are lying. You are telling us lies. You don't know Zinchenko. He knows him a lot because he was his manager for close to 4 years, or the 5 years he spent at Man City. And they brought him well, and he knows him from the hair to the foot. So he knows every detail concerning Zinchenko, and he knows that he's going to bring another competitive edge to the dressing room, because you need to be having a dressing room that has players who really motivate others, who believe that the journey is not yet done. Something that we believe that even though Arsenal never signed in players in January, that is something that missed out in their camp or in their dressing room towards the last game, the last 3-4 games of the season. They just needed someone to lift their spirits up, to tell them that we can go and beat Newcastle, we can go and beat Spurs, and see ourselves really get back to the levels of qualifying for the Champions League. That is a competitive edge that he's been talking about. He went ahead to tell us that Zinchenko was a natural 10 early in his career, and we converted him into a left back, which can do a lot of things that we want in our way of playing. That versatility is something that is going to be important for the team. Obviously, I've always told you that any team needs to be having a versatile player, a player who can really cover out on like four positions. Arsenal way back, the current technical director Edu Gaspar used to play as a left back, a left winger, a right winger, a central defensive midfielder, and to play as a number 8. He could play close to 5 positions in that Arsenal team that really won the Premier League trophy in 2003, 2004, and that is the Invisible that last won the Premier League title for Arsenal. He was so much talented. That player was in Arsenal. Matthew Flamini was the other who could play in the central defense. He could play as a right back. He could play as a left back. He could play as a central defensive midfielder. He could even play as a right winger. That is Matthew Flamini for Arsenal. So if at all you're really going to have a season that is going to be full of harvests that are really so much productive and fruitful, you need to get in a player like Zinchenko at Arsenal to go on and really give you that versatility, because it's needed, guys. It's needed. Let no one lie to you that the facility is not needed, because Zinchenko will come in and cover up for Kian Tierney. He can come up and cover up in the central midfield. He can play as an attacking midfielder. He can play on the left wing. He can play on the right side. He can play on the right flank or the right wing either for you. He can play behind Gabriel Jesus. So he's that talented. He's that talented. So it's good for Arsenal to get in a player like him. That's why in my previous videos, I've been telling you that Arsenal missing out on Lisandro Martinez was a blessing in disguise. It was a blessing in disguise because you've now gotten Zinchenko, who is going to cover up in very many positions that you guys are really having at Arsenal. And I told you that financially, it's really a boost. You've gotten him at £30 million, meaning that United bought Lisandro Martinez at £46 million. You get? And that means Arsenal now has £16 million with them left. So £16 million, whatever they add on like 4, they can get in a player at £20 million who can come in and really deputize Gabriel Magalhaes. You get? I think Arsenal are really doing good business, and I think let's see where this summer is going to end. But Zinchenko is such a signing, and Mikel Arteta is all smiles and really hailing the signing of Zinchenko, and is so much happy with what the board is doing, because with just Arsenal is playing on the 5th of August. How many days left for them to play their first game in the Premier League? Today is 22nd. 22nd, 9 days. With just 2 days left, with just 2 weeks left, Arsenal have so far brought in 5 signings. And they're the team that is spending so much in the Premier League, close to £121 million. In the entire Europe, Arsenal has spent more money than any other team in there. For something that's exciting, Mikel Arteta, that he is at least going to get a season that is well deserved for him. Now, we are having William Saliba, who was the unknown centre-back, being discussed by Barcelona some months ago. He has now become an option in there for you. Gerard Romero, I know why this is happening like this, because they had him on the list, but he is now comfortable at Arsenal and cannot go anywhere. But that shows you how far and how much Saliba has improved his game of football. If at all Barcelona had him on their list, that means that he's really good and talented. He really put up a performance in Europe. He was one of the best defenders in Europe, according to me, and Barcelona were scouting him. And trust me, if Barcelona scouts you, Barcelona has very many scouts. That means if you happen to be on their list of top 5 centre-backs they're wanting, they might have scouted close to 50 centre-backs in Europe, even outside Europe, and they say, all right, the best option we are having is William Saliba. So Saliba returns at Arsenal, and he played very well yesterday, by the way. He came in and played, I think, like 25 minutes of the game, and he partnered well with Gabriel Magalhaes, something that really showed me that Ben White needs to put in a lot of effort. But I think that even Saliba can play with Ben White in the same position. But I will believe that Ben White won't be threatened by this because of how injury prone a player who goes by names of Tomiyasu is, and Ben White can come in most times to play as a right back in there for you, because some games we saw him play as a right back for Arsenal towards the end of the season, and for England at the national team we saw him play at the right back, so he's going to get some playing time. So Mikel Arteta can really get a chance and field Ben White, Saliba and Magalhaes into that central defense, into that back 4 together, alongside a left back who goes by names of Zinchenko, Nuno Tavares, or which other player? KNTN when returns in that for you. But good to see that Barcelona was really scouting him. Shows you the potential in this bird, or is this player who goes by the names of William Saliba in there for you. So William Saliba was on the ladder of Barcelona, but Barcelona are now seeing him as an option because the lad wants to stay at Arsenal. He has been supporting Arsenal since childhood and is here to give Arsenal fans what they really deserve. He told them in his own words that Arsenal fans have given me support and love, and it's time for me to give them back. They've been here waiting for me, and now I'm here to serve their eyeballs with the best eye nutrition back at Arsenal. That's what he said in there for you. So we are having Give Me Sport via HITC Sport. This time round, we've been hearing the suitors of Nicolas Pepe in Spain, in France, Italy, in the way for you. This time round, it's the Premier League that was taken over in January. Newcastle, who spent a lot of money, and now they have Nicolas Pepe on the target list and find the Ivorian right winger attainable this summer. Obviously, I think Newcastle, after failing to get in Moussa Diaby, failing to get in people like Rafinha, failing to get in Lucas Paqueta, obviously you have to go in for a proven Premier League player, because Nicolas Pepe is not a novice in the Premier League. He's not a novice at all. He's a kind of player who came in the Premier League and he really had 2 fantastic seasons. But the previous season, he was worrying. He was worrying at Arsenal, and I will believe that Arsenal are really wanting to sell him. And I think 35 million pounds or 36 million pounds won't be bad for Arsenal, and I think they'll accept it. They'll accept it, though. You said they will accept it with a percentage of saying no, that they might say no. Reason being, Bernard Leno's deal to Fulham is stalling because Arsenal wants 11 million pounds and Fulham wants to give them 10. So you never know. The deal of Nicolas Pepe to a side which goes by the names of Newcastle might stall because Arsenal will be wanting more for the player. But I will believe that it's going to be a nice deal for the player, and I think the player would like to push in to see if he believes. But he doesn't feel like he wants to leave Arsenal, because if I told Nicolas Pepe and I'm not getting enough playing time at Arsenal, why not tell my agent to get me the best that I deserve and I get out of Arsenal? But he's not pushing. However much he changed his agent in January, but let's wait and see what the agent is going to do, whether he will secure for him. He secure him a new move in the for you, whether Arsenal is really telling him stay. Something I don't believe that Mikel would like Pepe to stay, because he's looking for a right winger who plays with the left foot. You know that very well. So that's Nicolas Pepe for you. Another team coming in, getting to find his signature in there for you. Now, I'll pick you from France, having a story from a French player. Obviously, you'll know that it's right. They've told us that from France, both Everton and Arsenal have turned down the chance to sign Thomas Lemar this summer. So he's extended with Atletico Madrid and agreed to halve his current wage salaries. That means Atletico Madrid were willing to stay, we are willing to sell him if at all he never really halved his salary. You know, these teams in Spain are really so much under the La Liga Act, financial act, that you should not exceed, your salary should not exceed, is it 100 million pounds? You get that you pay your team either for you. So I think they were going to exceed it, because there are people like Griezmann, they pay him highly, and very many other players, the Joao Felix of this world. So they are telling them that, please, if you exceed it, we won't register your players. That's it. So Atletico Madrid is now in good terms with Lemar. Lemar thought that maybe teams like Arsenal or Everton would go in for him and bring him to the Premier League, and that's why he had really said no to halving his salary. A pay cut had been called by the administration of Atletico Madrid to most of the players in Atletico Madrid, but for him he was saying no way. I think his agent was telling him first wait and see whether we're getting in new suitors, but finally no suitor came in through, and guess what? A deal was not really progressed, and he has now to dance to the tunes of Atletico Madrid, and Lemar is going to stay at Atletico Madrid in there for you. But I really like him as a player, but he does not add so much to the modern game, according to me. And any player that is being played by Diego Simeone for very many years, I think he really milks out everything out of you, and by the time he really lets you go, you are really done. Look at Thomas Partey. By the time he was at Atletico Madrid, he was not an injury-prone player, but he comes in at Arsenal. Every season, you are assured that Thomas Partey will get like 2-3 injuries. You get? So that's Thomas Partey for you in the for you. Now, the last story we are talking about coming from Arsenal442.com. These people are so much Arabic. They type in Arabic, but I see very many people referring to them in that. I think they're a credible source. They are saying Lucas Torreira reportedly left Arsenal camp in America yesterday. He traveled to Italy to finish some financial matters. It isn't known if this meant an imminent move to a new club or not. So, Torreira is another player that's not going to be at Arsenal, and Mikel has come on and told us that they are going to work on their outings because there are very many. Torreira, Maitland-Niles, Pablo Mari, Bernard Leno, Pepe Nicolas, close to 7 people at Arsenal, 7 players at Arsenal are going to leave. So Arsenal preparing for players like Lucas Torreira to leave. So he flew to Italy so much immediately. I think a deal is going to happen because teams which go by names of Juventus, Verona, AS Roma are needing his signature. But his agent told us that they had an agreement with Valencia, but Arsenal needs to go ahead and agree with Valencia in the for you. So we are waiting to see where that is going to mature and go in the for you. But Arsenal really having a very brilliant summer. 5 signings have been brought in. 3 more to go. Manager wanting more signings, and he wants to go ahead and really compete for the Premier League, UEFA Europa League, Carabao Cup, and the FA Cup in there for you. That is the dream of every manager, to manage a team. It's all about winning in there for you. So guys, thank you very much for watching in. Smash the like button, comment and share, and tell me what you think about these stories of David done about Tielemans deal not dead to Arsenal, Arteta hailing Zinchenko, Nicolas Pepe getting a new suit that is Newcastle, Torreira flying from America to Italy. I think he's working on his next move in there for you. Then we are having Saliba being on the list of Barcelona way back, but he's now an option. I go by the names of Rokani David. I sign out for now. See you later. Let me see whether I'll come back and really do a live in there for you, because you guys are really so much good. I feel like I can do a live onto Sadio Mane winning Mohamed Salah. Think I should do a video on that, because it's really a hot topic that you guys need to know my opinion in there for you. Goodbye, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and good night. I'm out.